Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today it's a slightly different one for me. It's another announcement of yet another project. Apologise if I'm squinting because as you can see the light's bouncing off my cue ball head. It's in the evening here, I've got all the curtains shut. I'm trying to keep my voice low and I've got lights bouncing everywhere. Yeah, I've got another project I wanted to start. It's an automotive one this time, and I suppose I've been saying to you guys for a while that I don't know anything about cars, and I don't. I've always, since I was a youngster, apart from a couple of like saloon cars I've had, it's all run about cars. I've had Land Rovers until this last one, which is I've got a Toyota Hilux. And I've had pickups and that for work and stuff as well. But I don't really know. I'm not a car enthusiast. I've always said my wife knows a heck of a lot more about cars in this country than I ever would. I've got no massive interest. But I suppose ever since I think I started watching Tom at Rambler 69. I started watching his videos, and then Sean. And obviously, YouTube puts videos up at the side, and they started putting up real cars, so it's real hot rods, street rods, customs. I still haven't got a clue on half the names, so I apologise to all the guys over in the States. It's all fairly new to me. It's probably about 6 months I've been just watching them. Every now and then I put one on, and I've just been getting into I love some of the body shapes and the colours in particular. I'm a huge fan of pickup trucks. In the States, they seem to call them trucks. We tend to call them pickups over here. If I said truck over here, they'd laugh at me if I showed them one of those. They're expecting one of the huge big things. So we do tend to call them pickups over here. But I'm going to start calling these trucks just to stop the confusion. So I've been really getting into trucks now. At the end of the video, where you put the playlists you can put up and things like that, I've got a big solid playlist full of street rod trucks, custom trucks, just nice fancy trucks really. I'm not obviously so new to this. I'm not tied into a brand, so I'm not a Ford guy or a Chevy guy or international, whoever. I'll just enjoy what I see. And I've been enjoying it that much, I thought I'd have a go myself. So it is quite hard. I don't know whether it's coronavirus that you can't get a lot of the US kits over here, or Revell, even although Revell in Germany is still obviously making them and that, I suppose, for their, the ones that they make for that side anyway. But like AMT and all that, you can get them, but the prices are horrendous. Or a lot of the vendors will have a picture and you think, oh great, and then in small words, out of stock, or put an order in. So I got this guy here. You'll have all seen this and probably made it 1,000 times, but it's new to me. And that's the Stepside 65 Chevy. At first, classic me, I had loads and loads of plans. I'm going to do this, do that, I'm going to cut. Well, of course, I don't know my bum from my elbow. And I thought, let's just try and get some smooth paintwork, or as smooth as I can get it. And I'm not doing it green. I've got some paints I'll show you in a second. There are a few things I'd like to do. By the look at this, the exhaust is the classic where it sticks out at the back of the tyre, which the Land Rovers used to have, and never could understand that. Putting a mild steel exhaust behind a wheel that's on a working truck, it's just going to rot away in seconds. But I'd like to maybe configure the exhaust through the centre. I'd like to, if possible, maybe push back the bumpers at the front. Not do a lot else, just because I probably don't have the skill level. And when you turn the truck over for the chassis, although that's the whole idea of this playlist is to try and look at the chassis particularly and see what they've got underneath. Is there anything I can scratch build and things? I can't afford no resin engines or anything like that, so everything I've got will probably be scratch built. Now, what I'm thinking of doing, I'm coming up with a fancy name for my all you guys in the States, you will have your fancy names on your shop cards and that. So Gav's going to have a fancy name. Not changing my channel one little bit. I'm a military enthusiast to the core, whether it's figures, tanks, 135, whatever. It's just I've really got a liking for these type of vehicles now. So and the different hot rods and show rods and all the other rods out there that I still don't know the names of. I just fancy having a go at these, and if I do a decent job, I'd like to do a few. So what I'm going to suggest to myself is I'm going to have a particular night that I'll put a video up, and it'll be at my workshop, as we say, or we say. So it's still be the Gavin Booth channel. There's no changes involved. It'll just be one night. Hopefully one night a week. I'll do a bit on the truck, or I'm not saying live or anything like that, but I'll put a video up anyway, and we'll have a bit of a laugh and see. Mine will be the usual wobbly one on 3 wheels, where you can't shut the doors or open the doors for that matter, where there's glue prints everywhere. But I'm going to give it a damn good try of making it a really nice vehicle. So that's what we've got coming up one last time. I'll give a shout out to the place I bought it from, which was again where I bought those figures the other day, which are getting primed tomorrow at long last. That's that Dave Coley. I'm not attached to this company whatsoever or business. I just thought this got dispatched to me. I think it's 1 day, 2 days, I can't remember, whatever it took to get to me. Brilliant service. Again, he put another free gift of the tweezers in. I've already got one, but thank you very much. Did you ever see that, Dave? But no, give Dave Coley's Emporium a go in the UK, and I don't think you'll be sorry. It's got some really keen prices and really good service. So that's that. My good mate Tom over at Rambler69 channel, I've asked him a load of questions. There's plenty more to come, Tom. He's told me to get some polishing compounds, the 3 types. He did say Tamiya. I couldn't get Tamiya, so I've got my paints and these bits and pieces from a Hiro Boy, which is an automotive modelling site in the UK. They mainly do the Japanese and European type stuff, race cars, sports bikes. They don't really do American hot rods or customs or anything like that, but they've got such a huge supply of their own paints. It's a fantastic place just to go through loads and loads of different paints and seeing what would work, what you'd like. So that's me 3. You get a little cloth with it, but that's like a starter pack. Tom had suggest a starter pack, even if he wasn't expecting 0 paints. But looking forward to trying to work out how to polish paint out, or bits out of paint, whatever you're going to call it. Got me some lacquer. This has all arrived today, so it's all still wrapped up. Different polishing cloths that Tom had suggested to me. Thanks again for the tip, Tom. And as for the paints, I'm not going to get them out now. Let's see if we can get closer. So we're going for a coppery type colour, which I have no idea what this BMW fancy sports car thing is here, but that's the type of colour we'll be looking at. I don't know if that's going to go with it yet. It's like I wanted to use that on some of the rims and some of the chassis parts, suspension maybe, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The black, I thought, I'm terrified of doing 2 colours because I can't mask for toffee, but the whole idea of this is to learn to have a nice paint job like Tom's cars. Obviously I'm not going to get to Tom's level at the moment, but this is like a satin. It comes on a 66 Ford GT Le Mans 2019 black, and I bought this just because I was intrigued. It's a texture paint for seats, which you can't really see, but there you go. So that's my paints. Anything else I'll just use out my own I've got some plans to use a bit of orange in the, because I should say the texture paint is actually a charcoal, and I fancy putting a bit of orange pinstriping or something in there just to break it up a bit, like a bit on the actual BMW sports car itself. So guys, here we go, yet another adventure. As I say, it's not detracting from anything else I'm doing. Beetle, don't worry, Pink Panther's up next. This is going to be literally, I said I wouldn't run 2 models, but I'm probably going to be running that literally on a weekly basis. The Tyrant 4 build seems like it's stalled, and it had, basically down to those tracks. A couple of the guys in the community tried to help me out. In the end it didn't work out just because of different tracks and whatever. Put an order in. I think it turned out that, as usual, this is getting a bit naughty with eBay. I think a lot of these things are saying they're in the UK, and they're not China this time. It was France, but it took a good week or so for me to get the tracks extra on top of what I thought I was waiting for. But that's just taking some time. They're all stuck on. The figures from the Saigon scene, the guys, as you know, I'm using on that Tyrant build. The 2 ladies are going on a separate base. I'm going to. Victor said, would I paint those up, and I fancied having a go. So they're going to go on a separate little base, just as a bit of fun. So yeah, the Tyrant build it's going into painting and whatever on the tracks tomorrow, and then I just need to weather the wheels then and the tracks. And it's really just getting that base together then and getting the figures on the base, and that one's done. As soon as the base is more or less coming together, I will start the Pink Panther, 1 in 35 scale Land Rover, and as I say, we'll be having a look at this Chevy Stepside pickup. And as I say, that's going to be, I'm going to run that almost like not a channel within a channel, but it's going to be a separate show, and it will be a show. We hope. Yeah, so guys, thank you very much. Yet another project to add to the many projects I'm juggling at the moment. I'm talking about cars here, and I've got Napoleonic cavalry all over the bench at the moment. There's nothing like variety. So guys, take care of yourselves, and we will catch each other very soon on another video. Cheers.